Exosphere is our platform for multi-site or large and complex installations, like the LOXONE campus. To manage these even better, the latest update brings a whole range of new features. With Ctrl-K or Command-K on Mac, you can jump straight to pages, dashboards, mini-servers and controls. No detours through any menus necessary. Tags and saved filters make it easy to find exactly what you need in large workspaces. Dashboards now support multiple screens, scrollable views and collapsible sections. Dynamic data sources ensure that changes in your workspace are automatically reflected. New analysis features show at a glance where rooms or systems deviate from target values, across locations and time periods. Live values and trends are now available directly in the control view. No need to create any charts first. And the new guided onboarding gets new users up to speed faster. And now we will jump right in and look at everything in more detail.
Dashboards are the centerpiece of Exosphere. This is where all important information comes together. Until now, dashboards were limited to a single screen. Everything had to fit on one screen. That changes fundamentally now. Scrollable dashboards, collapsible sections, and control sets as dynamic data sources. Here we are in a comprehensive dashboard of the LOXONE offices. Everything had to fit on a single screen, which severely limited the amount of information possible to show. That's over now. Dashboards are now scrollable. You can include as many widgets and sections as you need, and you can simply scroll down. You no longer have to compress or leave things out. And to keep everything clear, there are collapsible sections. Areas you don't need at the moment can simply be collapsed or expanded. In the dashboard configuration mode, you can insert charts or schematics as before. New are sections and so-called dynamic sections to create these expandable areas. Here you can again insert charts and schematics as before. Now to perhaps the most important new feature, control sets. Let's look at a concrete example, the temperatures in Sparösterreich's retail spaces. With control sets, you define via filters which controls should appear in a dashboard or chart, not as a fixed list, but dynamically based on criteria. You filter by control names, control types, rooms, categories, and so on. These filters can be combined with AND or operations and nested arbitrarily. For example, all temperature sensors of type analog status located in a retail space. Let's just create that. Set the control name, set the control type to analog status, complete the name down there, and give the thing a name, and the temperature sensors immediately appear in the results preview. As soon as a control set is included in a dashboard or chart, all the matching controls are automatically displayed. Let's just do that right now. Create a new chart to show this off. Temperatures, add the control set to the chart, which now defines the content of our chart. There we have it. And now when a new branch is added to the workspace, all the controls automatically appear in the chart without anyone having to configure anything. Define once, never maintain again. Especially for organizations with many locations like Spar, with hundreds of branches, this is a huge time saver. You now have the overview, but how do you find out where something is wrong? To do that, there are new analysis features in Exosphere. This chart shows the current state and the trend for today, but in daily operations it's often about identifying longer-term changes. Has something deteriorated? Does a location deviate from the rest? Where are target values not being met? Exosphere now provides 3 tools for this: time comparisons, location comparisons, and target value deviations. Let's start with the time comparison feature. Let's look at it using this temperature chart right here. To make it a bit more interesting, we switch to the weekly time range and then overlay the previous week as a comparison period. To do that, we select it from the comparison drop-down, and now we see the temperatures from the previous week overlaid in the same chart. We can also choose other display options, for example, showing the previous week next to it on the side. We can also display the absolute or percentage change directly in the chart. This allows us to quickly see where there are outliers and how significant they are. This is particularly useful for regular checks. Is consumption still in the right range? Are temperatures within their target value? Are there outliers that I should investigate more closely? And most importantly, since when has the problem existed? Let's move on to location comparison. We are again looking at temperatures in spa retail spaces. Here you see the current temperatures in a dashboard, for example in the checkout area. This view is filtered to those branches that do not meet a certain target value. This target value is stored in the chart. You can immediately see which branches are not meeting that target value and can then dive deeper to find the reasons behind it. You can also visualize such threshold or reference values in other ways. If we switch to the line chart, we have the option to display a minimum value, maximum value, average value, and also reference values as additional lines in the chart. That means we can, for example, display a target value of say 20 degrees Celsius as a line in the chart, and additionally let's show the average value across these branches. Especially when you manage dozens or even hundreds of locations, this is the fastest way to find outliers instead of clicking through each location individually. As we saw earlier, you can also use a filter at any time to show only those that fall below or exceed a certain target value. Instead of scrolling through hundreds of locations, you only see those, in this case 3, that require your attention. That is the core of the new analysis features. Not having to look at everything, but directly seeing where something is wrong. So, you have 3 perspectives on the same data. Compare time periods, compare locations, check target values. Together, these tools give you a complete picture from the overall trend to the individual outlier. If you now find a noticeable location or control, how do you get there quickly? That's exactly what the new quick search is for. With Ctrl-K or Command-K on macOS, you can instantly jump to the desired controls, mini-servers, dashboards, charts, or schematics. Just start typing and you'll be there in no time. Let's do that right now, and once you arrive, you immediately see the current values directly in this new control view. Previously, you had to create a chart to see the current values of a block. That was too cumbersome for a quick check. Now you immediately see the current live temperature and the trend that led there. Directly in the block view without having to configure anything beforehand. You have the trend line showing the progression of the last few hours, weeks, months, and you see not only the current value but also the direction that led there. Of course, you can quickly switch between blocks and immediately keep the current values in view. This is ideal for daily quick checks or some troubleshooting if you hunt down some problem in your configuration. With the new quick search, you can also switch between multiple workspaces. I'll switch here to our LOXONE Campus workspace. to show you the next feature in the current release. As your workspace grows and contains more and more controls, dashboards, charts, mini servers, you need structure. That's exactly what the new tags and saved filters are for. Let's first look at the saved filters. At the LOXONE campus, with about 130 mini servers, we naturally have a large number of controls. The control list becomes quite extensive. For example, I now want a predefined, pre-filtered list of my energy flow monitors. I can easily do that by setting my filter to control type energy flow monitor and then save this view as a predefined view. And from now on, I have this EFM view in quick access and can jump back directly to this filtered view at any time to show just my energy flow monitors. And you can, of course, share this link with your colleagues so they can use the benefits of this filtered view as well. Now, the second part of this feature are the so-called tags. Especially in large workspaces, you accumulate a large number of charts and schematics over time. If you want to filter or group them, tags are ideal. These are freely assignable labels for all kinds of things in your Exosphere workspace. For example, here we have grouped schematics by climate and energy topics. These tags can now be used, just like the control type before, in your filters and be saved as predefined views. Again, then you can share this link with your colleagues and the view is nicely pre-configured to only show the stuff that's relevant to you at this point in time. This tags and filters function gives you a new additional organizational layer for your Exosphere workspace. It's a new structure on top that's tailored exactly to your needs, completely customizable. For those of you who don't have a large workspace yet, like Bar Austria or the LOXONE campus, we also have something new. A feature that mainly makes onboarding easier. When you create a new workspace for the first time, we have simplified the onboarding. Even the difficult decision of whether to create a Pro or Enterprise workspace has been simplified by providing you with a feature overview at the decision point. And once you have chosen a subscription type, you are guided through the creation and setup of your Exosphere workspace in a multi-step process. From adding your first mini server, activating your license keys, to inviting your colleagues so you can work together in the Exosphere workspace. We guide you through the entire setup. This way your Exosphere workspace is ready to use within minutes. So, dynamic dashboards that keep themselves up to date, analysis features that immediately highlight deviations and live values exactly where you need them. Plus, a quick search that gets you to your destination in seconds, tags for your own structure, and onboarding that makes getting started easy.
That's it from my side. Have a lot of fun with the new features and see you soon.